Hey guys, what's going on? It is the Schrothinator here, and I want to talk about UFC 196. But before I get into that, I want to remind you guys that I do have a interactive UFC Twitch league that I'm doing, where you guys pick two fighters from two different weight classes off the list on my Twitch bio. At the very bottom of my Twitch bio, there's a list um, of not the entire roster, because a lot of the fighters have been picked, but there's still a lot available and a lot of great picks available to pick from on that list on my Twitch bio. So make sure you guys go venture off to my Twitch bio and pick two fighters off that list, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's based off event mode, CPU versus CPU fights. So make sure you guys go ahead and pick two fighters off that. Let me know who you want either in the comments here on YouTube, or let me know on Twitter, send me a message on PlayStation or Xbox, something. So anyway, let's jump right into the UFC 196. I was working last night, so I came home to Corey Anderson and Tom Lawler fighting, which was a pretty boring fight. I was expecting Corey Anderson to make quick work of Tom Lawler. Then I was also expecting Lawler to mess up a lot, in all honesty. Like, I was thinking that he's going to be way too confident there, and that he's going to end up getting knocked out by Anderson pretty, really early. Like, I thought, like just after a minute maybe into the fight. But then we had Gian Vellante take on Idian Latifi. Now, that fight, I thought there was going to be a guaranteed knockout. And honestly, I thought Latifi was going to be the one rocking Vellante, and then in the third round, I was expecting Vellante to pull out a knockout out of nowhere on Latifi, but Latifi ended up winning 30-27. Then you also had the co-main event, of course, Holly Holm and Miesha Tate. Now, I predicted a fifth round finish by Miesha Tate on Holly Holm, and usually I have specific predictions like submission or TKO. And I predicted a TKO by Miesha Tate in the fifth round against Holm, but she ended up picking up a submission victory over Holm. She got that rear naked choke locked in. Holm tried to flip her over, but Tate rolled with it and had that choke locked in deep, and Holm went to sleep. Straight up went to sleep with that choke. I think Dana White said something about UFC 200 being Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate 3. That's at least what I heard from my buddy. I don't know if he said it was confirmed or not, but that, and also I think they hinted at Robbie Lawler versus Nate Diaz, which Nate Diaz would get raped. Honestly, get raped by Robbie Lawler. But let's wait until we talk about hypotheticals until I'm done talking about UFC 196. So yeah, you got Miesha Tate as the new champion. Very happy about that. And then you have Conor McGregor getting choked out in the second round, also a rear naked choke by Nate Diaz. Now, I said if it goes to the ground, Conor's done. And what happened? It went to the ground, and Conor was done. But it all started on the feet. Conor was laughing. He was smiling. He was like, oh, whatever. And then he finally got hit. I think it was a straight that first rocked him. And then Conor's face got super serious, and he was a little wobbly. And Nate was patient. He timed his shit right. Got him against the cage, just hitting him with a good amount of shots, which I honestly thought Conor was done right there. But then they break away after another 30 seconds maybe. Nate rocks him again. Conor gets down on the ground. Not knocked down, but I think Nate was the one that initiated a clinch or something like that, and then Conor went for a takedown. And then Nate sprawled, and then Nate finally got his back, and then got the rear naked choke in, and that was it. It was all over there for Conor. Conor tapped fairly quickly. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta take down Conor McGregor, and you win the fight, basically. That's all you gotta do. I was telling everybody, hopefully you guys, the majority of you people that are telling me oh, Conor McGregor is the best fighter. Well, obviously that's impossible. To be the best fighter, you gotta be good at every aspect of the sport. not just stand up, and that just proved right there that his stand up's not going to hold up all forever. Um, Also, for the fact that welterweight was a horrible idea for Conor McGregor, I was saying if Conor fights at welterweight, he's not going to be able to handle a lot of people at welterweight. And, last night proved that. Nate Diaz beat McGregor's ass after a while. I mean, Conor definitely threw some good shots and was landing a good amount of shots on Nate. But, Conor can't handle welterweight. That's why, people were saying, like, oh, he beat Robbie. Well, that's obviously not even close to possible. I mean, Robbie would absolutely destroy Conor McGregor. Robbie would destroy Nate Diaz as well. Nate's pretty trash at welterweight. And for Conor to lose to Nate at welterweight, that just proves that Conor can't hang at welterweight at all. So, finally, the hype train is derailed. I'm not always against hype trains. Like the Sage Northcutt hype train, I was part of that. I'll admit it. I'm still a part of the Sage Northcutt hype train. I mean, I'm still behind Paige Van Zandt. Not like as much as most people were, surprisingly, but I think Paige Van Zandt's one of the best women's strawweights out there. I think Sage Northcutt will be a top contender as soon as he starts working on not specifically submission defense, but working on when to know when to tap, because he wasn't supposed to tap at that last submission. He was supposed to keep defending it, and I think he just panicked because he wasn't in that type of situation. That's his dad's fault for not training him correctly. But yeah, so rumors are Nate Diaz and Robbie Lawler, Conor McGregor versus Frankie Edgar is probably going to be next, and then Ronda Rousey versus Miesha Tate 3, which I'd rather see Ronda Rousey take on Holly Holm and then have Amanda Nunes fight Miesha Tate for the title. That's what I say. Because I think Amanda Nunes right now is on a win streak, if I'm not mistaken. Like, ever since she lost to Kat Zingano, she's been on a roll. So, yeah, I'd like to see Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm next. Because, that's a rematch people wanted to see. It's a rematch I want to see, but now it makes sense because both of them are coming off of losing their titles. And I knew Holly Holm wasn't champion material. I knew she was definitely, she's definitely a top women's bantamweight, but she's not championship material. Like I said in the past, you got to be able to defend the title to be a true champion, and Holly Holm wasn't able to do that. We'll see if Miesha Tate will be able to do that. Obviously Rousey was a true champion because she defended that title quite a few times, like 5 times or something like that. But yeah, I'm absolutely excited to see what's going on next. I guarantee they'll give Ronda Rousey an immediate title fight, though. I guarantee it. They want to put Ronda back at the top just so, really just so that Ronda gets that star power back, just so she can be on top and she can build up another hype train, and that's what Dana wants. He wants to put the hype train on somebody. And honestly, he should try to, really put the hype train on people that are finishing fights a lot. I mean, if you see someone that has that it factor, has that look of like that dude could be the star of this business. He's got to hope that that person can go ahead and finish fights a lot. And if he's doing like very impressive, then be all like, this guy is the guy. Like, he could have done that with Condit. And Condit, as we all know, actually beat Robbie Lawler. Judges just suck. But I freaking love Condit personally. I think he could have been the star of the UFC if judges didn't screw him out of the win against Lawler. Though I love Robbie Lawler too. I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad at all, because I said the only way I'm gonna be pissed about that fight is if someone gets screwed, and Condit got screwed. So if Condit if Condit got knocked out, if Conor got knocked out, then... Or Condit, Jesus Christ. If Condit got knocked out, I would have been way more happy than what actually happened, which was Condit getting screwed. I would have been way more happy with that. But, anyway, I started talking about other pay-per-views and shit and other shit, but at least you guys know that I actually watch MMA and shit. So there you go. If you guys have anything else to talk about, like topic wise, like predictions on like what's gonna happen with Connor, Nate, Misha Tate, Holly Holm, anybody on the card and stuff, feel free to comment and we can talk about it and stuff. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also comment, let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you thought about last night's pay-per-view, and of course subscribe. I'll see you all next time.